to the emergency room again because the pain was too bad, and the nurse who did my ECG told me to tell them that I refuse to leave until they find a solution that is not just painkillers. And they just told me that's not an option. And so as I was walking out, I told her, and they said I can't. And she was like, "What? They're sending you home." Yep. I asked the doctor what I'm supposed to do when the Toradol shot wears off in 6 hours and I'm back in debilitating pain again. And she suggested Tylenol, naproxen, and I said, that shit doesn't work, that's why I'm in the emergency room. I mentioned that my genetic testing said that morphine would work. So she gave me 2 morphine pills and said that she's not willing to give me any more because I'm at risk of addiction. Because if I get used to not being in pain every day, it can cause problems. And I said, isn't it an option for me to just like go to the pharmacy to pick up a pill and not have like a container of them? And she said, well, you can't just take morphine every day. And I'm like, I know, I don't want to. I just want to not be in pain, but if y'all are telling me that you can't do anything, what the fuck am I supposed to do? The gastroenterologist that called me to tell me that they can't get me in for a colonoscopy for 2 months, and then if I need one sooner, to come back to this emergency room and ask for one. And I did just that, and they told me that their gastroenterologist will not touch my case because I've already been referred to a different gastro. I asked for an MRI. I wanted abdominal and pelvic, but she just did pelvic, and I asked if I could get one with contrast. And the nurse was like, oh, that's not a thing. You can only do contrast with an ultrasound or a CT. And I was like, that's not true. And he's like, yes, it is. And then I Googled it and I went back up and I'm like, it is a thing. And he's like, I know, we just Googled it. Okay, well, you don't like apologize or no? But the doctor said she's referring me for just a regular MRI because I need a baseline. But I was like, does the one with contrast make it so you can't see what you would in a regular one? And she said, well, I don't know, I'm not a radiologist and neither are you. And I said, I'm not leaving until we find a solution because this is only going to hold me over for 2 days. And then what am I going to do? I've only been eating liquids for 2 fucking weeks. You want me to just continue doing that for 2 months? How skinny and sick am I going to be by then? I think it's so fucked up that they don't want to stop my pain because I'm at risk of getting addicted to not being in pain. Like, as if suffering is safer than not suffering. They literally just don't have the resources to help people. And when I said, how am I supposed to just eat liquids for 2 months until I get a colonoscopy? And she said, like, you need to be realistic about the colonoscopy and be prepared for the fact that it might not solve anything. Okay, so you want me to be on liquids for infinity? Is that even possible to live? I'm eating my soup is 150 calories. But it hurts less than solids. What the fuck, bro? Like, and this is what happens. When I get sick like this, I just end up going into the ER every single fucking day because they'll just give me something that stops the pain for 1 day. And then they're like, you can't keep coming back. And I'm like, well, then give me another option. Tylenol. Bro, this is honestly a joke. And the other thing she said is, even if I tried to refer you to one of our gastros, you would have to have a consult with an anesthesiologist first, and like, who knows how long that would take. She told me I tried to refer somebody for an emergency what'd you say, endoscopy the other day, and they told me they can't get them in for a month. Like, cool. It's better than 2. But, like, is your patient just gonna die before then? And, like, I get it's not these doctors' fault. They simply do not have the resources. That's why all Canadians are fucking screwed. But, like, come on. I'm in there going, what do you want me to do? And they're like, I don't know, what do you want me to do? Stop my pain at the source rather than with these, because I'm still in pain. This just stops me from knowing. And, like, even right now, I just got that Toradol shot. I feel way better. I can, like, sit up straight. But I still have cramping. Like, it's, like, bearable. Totally bearable. So, like, and here's the thing. Because I have these 2 pills, do I go home and try to eat, like, a full, super calorie-dense meal, like some chicken breasts, some, I don't know, rice, and then take this tomorrow when I'm having ripping diarrhea? And I did what that lady said. I was like, I will not leave. And the doctor was like, well, I have to go. This has been going on since I was 14. I'm almost 28. And it was the exact same thing when I went in when I was 14. They gave me an IV of morphine. And they said, Kate, do you feel pain? I said, no. They're like, you're good to go home. And I was on morphine, like, fucked up. And I said, no, you haven't figured out the problem. The second this drug wears off, I'm going to be exactly the same way I was before I came in here. And here I am having the same conversations. And I told her all about my history. I don't even know if this morphine's gonna work, because I have to be able to digest it. My pharmacogenic test said it should work, but, like... And people in my comment sections who are Canadian have told me, people with Crohn's, people with endo, that they have a prescription and give themselves Toradol injections. And she's like, I've never heard of that. Okay, well, like, can you ask around? And, like, she didn't like that I challenged her. Like, when she made that comment about, you're not a radiologist. And I'm like, okay, but if I'm gonna wait for an MRI, I just want to do an MRI that can show the most amount of things possible. So, like... But what do I know? I don't know. I'm just desperate. I'm scared. What the fuck is gonna happen when this shit wears off and I run out of these? And the thing is, too, the same thing happened with the Tramadol. The Tramadol was barely working. I wasn't even, like, taking it daily. I was, like, holding on to it because I was like, I know there's gonna be a day where I'm, like, I'm really bad right now, but I know there's a day where it's gonna be worse, and I want to save this for that day. So I'm looking at this going, should I save this for my next period? Should I try to get through the next 2 days? I can't live on soup and smoothies, bro. I can't lose any more weight. I have no ass and titties left. Those are required. I require those.